I get to welcome back two leaders in our Milwaukee music scene from the Milwaukee Community Orchestra. I'll have you introduce yourselves so we can get to know your voices.
Hi, I'm Marjorie Deutsch. I'm the music director of the Milwaukee Community Orchestra.
And I'm Carrie Krenzler. I am the associate conductor of the Milwaukee Community Orchestra.
The two of you are so soft-spoken. Say it loud. Say it proud.
Milwaukee Community Orchestra.
And also joining us in the studio is WTMJ reporter Jessica Gatso. And Jessica, I think a lot of WTMJ fans are going to be delighted to discover that you are a musician in the Milwaukee Community Orchestra.
Indeed, I play the oboe.
Hit your mic. One more time.
Oh, yes, I play the oboe.
For some reason, we don't hear your microphone. We'll have to... Okay, if you can come on over by me. That's so unusual. I don't know what's going on with the microphone.
It's auspicious.
Let's try this.
Hello, everyone.
There she is.
Yeah, she's one of our beloved oboes.
Yeah. Wonderful. So the three of you, we have 3 summer concerts to share with everyone that are coming up next week already.
Yeah.
But I first want you to tell stories of your Milwaukee Brewers experiences. I got to be a Milwaukee Brewers in-game host for 5 seasons when they first started having a host. Hi, I was your first one. Trailblazer. It was over 20 years ago, but what a fantastic experience. Every time I walked in the ballpark, I knew it was special to be on the field, that there's something magic about that. Even if you're not an athlete, just to be on the field and look up at that entire thousands of seats around you and the huge big screen, like that feels special. And now you know what that's like. And you got to be part of the real presentation with something immensely patriotic. So tell me about that experience.
Well, just what you said, when you get out there, we were on the warning track because there were 70 of us. So they couldn't put us anywhere near home plate. And home plate looked like it was about 2 miles away. So I don't know how anybody can throw from that.
Now you know what Sal Frelick sees when he's standing out there.
Exactly. and to guess where the ball's coming, amazing. So, and we were very close to players. They were warming up on the field because we were out there for a while. But it was really great, and the crowd was so warm, and it really embraced us. So,
and Jessica, you are wonderful. You brought us some photos that we will show on the WTMJ YouTube live stream. If you text the word "watch" to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620, you can get an idea of what it was like.
What was it like for you?
I think going back to just how big the stadium was, definitely like you don't really get that sense until you're on the field on that level, and we were right underneath the big screen too. So listening back to videos afterwards, you could hear people singing along in the stands, and that was unexpected. It was also a very hot day when we did this. It's
the first day of that heat dome, that first heat dome.
Yeah, playing during the heat warning, but the anthem itself only lasts so long, so it was more about preparing and walking out there.
Walking with cellos for 2 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there was about 2 miles of walking because they take you under the field and then you have to walk back across. So it was a fair amount, but it's all right. Nobody complained. Everybody was a really good sport.
Oh, for sure.
And I had to stand on a ladder. That was the funniest part because the orchestra was standing. So I had to be higher than the orchestra. So Carrie brought her step stool for me. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
and you had to carry the step stool for 2 miles.
I got a lot of really interesting looks at security. And there were a lot of short jokes, and it was fabulous.
Sure. So 70 musicians performed.
Yeah, and then we're going to be doing that again this Saturday.
Is this so?
Another 70
tomorrow? So it's on the 18th at American Family Field. Yeah. Milwaukee Community Orchestra plays the National Anthem again, but same musicians or absolutely different?
Different because it was like when I was discussing this with the Brewers, I said, "How do I leave half my orchestra out of this opportunity?" Oh. And they said, "Come twice." I'm like, "Okay." So that was pretty cool.
What an elegant solution to still include the Milwaukee Community Orchestra and not say, you're too big, sorry, but to split that up and so everyone can. So, Jessica, what pointers have you given Saturday, July 18th's musician from what you learned?
If you think you've practiced enough, practice again.
Bring a water bottle.
Yeah. Oh, yes, for sure. Bring water.
Comfy shoes.
Yeah.
And how does that heat, how does performing outside differ from performing at a seated concert like you were saying before, like you'll be performing next week?
Yeah, it's definitely going to impact each type of instrument differently. I mean, I've heard from string players that can even, lead to breaking strings and et cetera. But, as long as you're keeping yourself hydrated and well taken care of, you just kind of have to power through any of like the intonation issues you might. Intonation. Yeah, you have to, might tune differently than you would indoors.
Because you're out there in the elements.
And the cellos are standing. They are not seated. It's almost like a Woody Allen joke. I don't know if you know that scene in the movie where he's in a marching band with the cello. So they just put their end pins out really far and they're playing like, it's pretty hilarious.
So it's a sight to be seen as well as a sound to be heard.
Yeah, they're good sports.
So Saturday, I'm assuming there are still tickets available.
Yeah,
Come see you perform.
It's a 3:10 game.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so wonderful. So you get to experience this twice, Marjorie.
With the ladder. I'm bringing my own ladder this time.
Yeah. Good luck.
Carrie, did you want to arm wrestle Marjorie so that way you could conduct?
No, that's okay.
Really?
I've done my time on sports fields, so I'm okay.
What is your past in sports?
So
field?
I have a very shady background in marching band, and when I was in college, I marched on the Lambeau Field, and I did with my high school bands, we did Brewers games. So I've kind of done the circuit in Milwaukee and Wisconsin.
Very good.
Yeah.
You're very experienced. So before we share information on your 3 summer concerts coming up next week, I realized we just jumped in. I got so excited because I wanted to share in the joy of your National Anthem Milwaukee Brewers experience. For people who are tuning in going, this sounds super fun. What in the world is Milwaukee Community Orchestra? What is your organization? What is the musical mission?
Well, our mission is to bring music to everybody in the community without barriers and without auditions. So we are a completely audition-free group. We take musicians who are fluent in reading music and who are 12 or older-ish.
Yes.
That's kind of fluid.
The youngest ever was 10. The oldest ever was 99.
And he drove his motorcycle to and from rehearsals.
He's my kind of guy.
I know.
He was the best. And we want to make it inclusive and just keep the joy of making music collectively. And I think we do that, right?
Yeah, and you really learn from each other, especially within your section with the variety of, backgrounds and levels of experience with music. And it doesn't matter if you've, been consistently playing or if you're returning to music. Everyone gets something out of it for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the beautiful part of it. There's so many people that it just works. You can be like the small man on the totem pole, but you're still part of this really big, huge, beautiful project. And that's a very, very cool thing. You don't get to do that everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
She is Carrie Krenzler. We also have Marjorie Deutsch from Milwaukee Community Orchestra, along with Milwaukee Community Orchestra member and oboe player WTMJ's Jessica Gatso. A preview of next week's musical performances that you can see. We'll get you those details. Keep it here. There's more to learn on What's on Tap.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
That sounds beautiful. You can hear it's music that gives joy to my guests in the studio. I have Marjorie Deutsch and Carrie Krenzler from Milwaukee Community Orchestra. And that is one of the songs that will be performed at the Milwaukee Community String Orchestra show on the 20th. Is that Monday already?
It is Monday.
My goodness, on the east side at Plymouth Church. And I love how music brings people together. And that you guys automatically started laughing and giggling when we played that. And before we get into the music, I also want to remind everybody, we also have in the studio Jessica Gatso from WTMJ, who is a performer in the Milwaukee Community Orchestra. And your instrument is?
Oboe.
That's a challenging. Every time you say that, I used to play flute in grade school and high school. So I always have mad respect for the double reeded instrument. That was tough. I broke reeds all the time. I didn't have the proper embouchure. So you have my musical respect. So when you hear that music, Carrie and Marjorie, why in the world did you start laughing and get excited? What is that piece and what does it mean to each of you?
Well, you should talk about
it. So that's the Benda Sinfonia in C. And it's very joyful. It's very bubbly. It's a joy to play. It's a joy to listen. It's a joy to rehearse. And so, every time I hear it, I'm just happy.
And we always try to put something Baroque, something classical period, romantic, contemporary. So we try to give a lot of variety in our programming so that people can, learn a lot from every style of music.
Well, I would say because that means you get to hear classical music, but also some of the more like film scores and that are, I guess, would be considered more contemporary. You've got anytime you can work in some Tchaikovsky, I'm happy. I see Gershwin also. Dvorak is on here. So, and then Vaughan Williams. I don't know that I'm familiar.
English.
Pip, Pip, and Cheerio.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
I mean, he based it on these folk songs. It's lovely. We have a percussionist coming in to play with us. And we have a harpsichord player coming in to play the Concerto Grosso, the Gimignani La Folia, very famous, based on a Baroque piece by Corelli. So it's a nice variety.
Again, the enthusiasm in your voice makes me happy.
We spend a lot of time talking about this stuff.
But it shows how much you care, how much thought you put into I'll call it the set list, but the program to make sure that the musicians are fulfilled and stimulated and not, like Jessica, you were joking earlier, you think you practice some more. Yeah. But, have you ever looked at one of the programs and kind of panicked and went, oh no, I have to play that?
Not beforehand, no.
During, but not before.
And then you get into it. So,
well, there's always a very
big reach. Right?
There's a balance every time. There's not only a theme behind the program, even if it's not clear exactly what that theme is. It just feels like the music goes together in one way or another, and then you kind of learn throughout rehearsal what pieces need more attention, and you figure out what you need to give more time outside of rehearsal as well.
I can't. I have to think you've become a better player, Jessica.
Oh, the orchestra has definitely improved.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you think everybody is growing? That's what we want to see happen.
It was just through obviously practice, but also maybe pieces of music that you wouldn't have necessarily chosen as a musician yourself.
We're playing harder and harder rep every year.
Exciting.
I mean, it's really the group gets. When I announce the next concert cycle, and there's always at the end they go, oh, there's always one gasp piece, oh, we're so excited to try to achieve that.
Well, that has to mean a lot to you as well.
Definitely.
The goal. So the summer concert, Monday, 7:30, Plymouth Church on Milwaukee's East Side, and tickets are just $10. Go support your Milwaukee Community String Orchestra.
Yes.
So string, it seems obvious, but what are the instruments in the string orchestra? You mentioned there are going to be some percussionists and a harpsichord, but basic instruments.
Yeah, violin, viola, cello, bass. And our guest conductor is Molly Lieberman, who's the principal viola of MCO and a talented string teacher and conductor.
That is wonderful. So that is Monday night. Circle your calendars, everyone. Plymouth Church, 7:30 on the East Side in Milwaukee. And then next Friday... Next Friday, you've got the Milwaukee.
Sorry, did I give it away?
Again, showing that you're bringing people together, that if people think they don't like classical music or the symphony, you're just not realizing how much music that some of our most pop culture...
Right, to boldly go
exactly.
and watch our concert on Friday.
It's the 60th anniversary of Star Trek this year. That's why we chose it.
I love celebrating an anniversary. So tell us about the details on the summer concert on Friday, where it is, when it is, and what we'll hear there.
So that concert is Friday, July 24th, 7:30 p.m., and it's back at UWM's Zalazzo Center for the Arts. So we're kind of back to where it all sort of started for us.
A homecoming.
It is, yes, it's a homecoming of sorts, yes.
And it's a really nice mix of classical and pops.
Yes.
So, Carrie, why don't you talk about the pop stuff?
Well, we're playing a medley from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, totally because of that movie, The Death of Robin Hood. Absolutely connected. That was totally intentional. You don't catch the sarcasm. We didn't realize that.
Okay. It's hard to get it on the radio,
I know,
isn't it?
that's all right. And then we're doing Star Trek, of course, and then we're doing Hook, selections from Hook, Flight to Neverland, the original. And it's
John Williams, phenomenal.
It's just beautiful. It sounds like a glittery snow globe. So,
Ooh.
yeah. If you need to cool down, come and watch and listen to Hook.
It's a great point.
And I think the hall is air conditioned, so bonus.
But I love that also. I feel like these orchestra pieces stimulate your imagination. You create your own imagery to the music and to the very different sounds. Like you're saying, it's sparkly and.
Oh, I think, and that score for that movie, it's just
He's
beautiful
a genius.
and gorgeous.
Oh, John Williams,
Such a
yes.
genius. I've never run out of things to play by him.
So the Milwaukee Community Orchestra Summer Concert Friday, and Jessica, you'll be performing 7:30 next Friday at the Zalazzo Center. Which piece are you most excited to perform?
Oh, if I have to choose, let's see.
You could say
Maybe,
all of them since
I can
Marjorie
say
carried
all
them.
of
No, I know what she's going to say. I know what she's
Yes, I like the Stravinsky and I like the Hansel and Gretel. That one's
The Hansel and Gretel is a really unique, phenomenal piece. He only wrote one opera. His name was Humperdinck, like the pop singer
Engelbert.
Engelbert
Yeah.
Humperdinck. And this is just a really beautiful, complicated, lovely piece. And it starts with this prayer played by the horn section, and we have killer horns. Our horn section is just to die for. And so I wanted to program it as a kind of a tribute to the beautiful horn playing that's been going on in our
How
orchestra.
wonderful. That's a lot to look forward to. Friday, July 24th, at the Zalazzo Center at UW Milwaukee. And then in our last minute together, let's talk about, I know, time flies, we're having fun, the Milwaukee Community Flute Choir.
I know. We started a third ensemble this summer. It's fabulous. So the Flute Choir's concert is going to be Tuesday, July 28th at 7:30 p.m., once again at Plymouth Church. And it's going to be fabulous. It's an intergenerational group of flutes. My youngest is 10. My oldest is in her 90s. And it's fabulous. They've worked very hard. We've done, it's just a unique sound. If you've never heard a flute choir, you should come and experience it because tonally it's very, very cool.
Well, and I see on the program Gershwin, yay, who I'm familiar with, but Mancini.
Yes, we're doing Pink Panther.
See, so I was just going to say.
with a drummer and a string bass.
That was, oh.
And
that
then
will
we're
sound
doing
great.
this really cool beatboxing flute choir piece by Chamberlain, which is it's very cool. That's
feel
where
like that's
that's
something
worth
you have
the
to be there
$5
to experience,
ticket. Yes,
right?
Yes, yes.
And they get tickets at the door. Mm-hmm. No problem.
or you can get tickets at our website,
Which is?
www.mkeorch.org.
And I have to think that we've excited some people who have flutes still in their cases in their
Yes, you should
in their
really-
basement like me, or other
Absolutely.
instruments that and hearing that Jessica is an oboe player where it's like, oh, reclaiming that part of yourself and knowing that there's a space that you are welcome. And mke.org, not MKE, mkeorch.org is also where you go to register to find out
Yes.
how to become part
We're just
of the orchestra.
We'll be opening registration, I think, next week.
July 25th. So
Wonderful. Well, thank you for all
Fall.
you do to bring people together through music. And I feel like, Jessica Gatso, any more words of wisdom as an oboist?
Oh, just have fun with it. It really does come back to that.
And have fun at the ballpark. Saturday, July 18th. Anyone going to the Milwaukee Brewers game, make sure you get there early and
Yeah, 'cause
stand
we're
and sing
pregame.
along.
We're part of the pregame.
Yeah, stand and sing along to the National Anthem with the Milwaukee Community Orchestra and applaud loudly. Hey, thanks so much. Stay with us for more musical chat here on WTMJ.